Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the PlayStation 5 and what I think about it now that I have owned it for about a little over 2 years now. So yeah, in today's video I'm going to talk about pros and cons and if you should still get the PlayStation 5 now in 2023, because as I said I have had it for now around 2 years, so I think I can give you the actual answer to if the PlayStation 5 is still worth it or not. So I actually have the PlayStation 5 right here. It's a little dusty, as you can see. Well, that's because I have been using it a lot, and well, I'm probably going to clean it someday. Someday maybe, yeah. So yeah, what can I really say about it? It's a really good gaming console, I would say. It's a modern gaming console. It came out in 2020. I got it in 2021 and I have played it pretty often, most often GTA 5 or maybe FIFA sometimes, but mostly GTA 5 I would say. And that's the PlayStation 5 version also, because you get that for free if you had GTA 5 on PlayStation 4. And I would say that GTA 5 is kind of a heavy duty game, I would say, because it's good graphics. It has almost human-like graphics, which is actually really cool, and it takes a lot of computing power, but this machine handles it pretty well. As you can see, here's the port on the back side. It has a HDMI port, a Ethernet port, and a power cord port at the bottom. Here it also has two USB ports, USB-A ports, and on the top here, I don't know if that's a port or not, but it looks like maybe a port for like the PlayStation VR or something like that. And here on the front it also has two more ports. One, I don't know if you can see it, USB-A and one USB-C port. And down here on the bottom there's two buttons. I have disc versions, so one of them is for this big disc slot, as you can see here, for games, DVDs, or whatever you use the actual console for, and it also has the power button on here, of course. So aesthetically wise, it looks great. It's a great console that I can play pretty heavy duty games on with no problem at all. It works really good actually, I would say, and I like it a lot. It can handle GTA 5 without no problem. The only downside of a game console like this that I don't think they have sold yet is that they are capped at 60 frames per second, so you won't get the same gaming experience as you would get on a PC or something that can handle up to several hundreds of FPS. So you won't actually get the same as a computer, I wouldn't say, but it is like half the price of a good computer. So you could probably not get a, well, maybe you could, but I wouldn't say that you could get a working computer that could handle GTA or Fortnite or FIFA as good as this PlayStation 5 does for the same amount of money. I mean, this PlayStation 5 only costs around $600, and I wouldn't say that you could, maybe you could get a good used computer for around $600, but for a new one, no, you're not getting the same specs as the PlayStation 5, I don't think. And I will put specs out up here on the screen somewhere so you can see it, and then I will compare it to an actual computer, so I think you can get as good of a computer as you can get the PlayStation 5. So if you only have $600 to spend, I would rather buy this PS5 than a computer for $600, unless you also want to search on the web and do computer stuff like writing emails and things like that on the computer. If you only want to play games, then I would get a PlayStation 5 instead of a computer. But let's not compare it to computers, let's compare it to like an Xbox, because that's the same thing. Xbox is also a game console. Xbox Series X, which is the equivalent of this, costs a little less, but it has more storage. This has 825 gigabytes and the Xbox Series X has 1 terabyte of storage, and that's for games and things like that. So the Xbox actually has bigger storage, but I still like the PlayStation 5 more. But yeah, that's just me, because I like PlayStation more than Xbox, and I have always done that. It's not really any reason for it. I just like the PlayStation 5 better in the look of the actual PlayStation, and I like the colors of it. It lights up cool when you play it on it, so I would say that it's good game console still now in 2023, when we got all of the good new computers and cool stuff that we got now. And still, 2021 wasn't that far ago. It was only 2 years ago, and back then we didn't have any really worse computers than we do have now. So it hasn't been that much a big of difference since, like, in the aspect if you look at what's new and not. So I would still say that this is worth it now in 2023 if you want a good gaming console to play on your free time. It's not that good for work. It's not good working on it, but it is good to play on it. It feels nice. You get a good gaming controller with it. That's also one thing I want to talk about. The gaming controller that you get with it is almost worth it by itself. I mean, it's a really cool gaming controller that has adaptive triggers, so that when you shoot you actually feel like a resistance to the button. I can get it for you to show it. Here it is, as you can see, the PlayStation 5 controller. It's quite cool actually, as you can see here. And here on the back is the adaptive triggers that when you press to shoot, it actually gets a feedback. It actually gets harder to push when you shoot, and the whole controller vibrates. Before on the PlayStation 4 you only got the vibrating but no actual feedback on the controller, so you didn't feel like you were shooting. We just felt the whole controller shaking. So that's a really cool thing that I have done to the controllers. But these controllers are expensive if you just buy a controller. These go for like $80–90. It's quite expensive for just a gaming controller. So that's why I only have one of these. But I do also have a bunch of PlayStation 4 controllers that maybe some of my friends or family can play on when they are over in my room. So yeah, in conclusion, I would say if you have $600 to spend on something that you want to play on, I would go for the PlayStation 5. It is quite fast for a gaming console. It's actually really fast compared to like PlayStation 4. It's quite a lot faster, so it's really good and cool gaming console that I would recommend buying now in 2023. And yeah, that's pretty much my review of it. If I would rate the PlayStation 5 now in 2023, I would probably give it right around a 8 out of 10, because the only reason it ain't getting a 10 out of 10 is because of the price. It's still quite expensive for a gaming console. Like, you could get the PlayStation 4 in the past for like $300 and it worked fine on GTA 5. Sure, it lagged some time and it wasn't as fast as this, and the gaming experience on its own wasn't as good. Now this only takes like a minute to load in GTA 5 from this. When you boot up the game and you're actually in the game, it takes less than a minute. I actually have made a video about that, so if you want to watch that, watch it right here. It's a comparison between the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So yeah, thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Peace.